Hello and welcome back to In-Spekd. Today we'll be looking at Bumblebee from the Generation 1 Transformers. To start off with, just glancing over his specs, we can see that it's quite min-maxed. So he has a lot of low stats alongside a lot of high stats. So he does average out quite well. So to start with, we're looking at his strength. Now, Bumblebee has a strength of 2, and there's real no argument there. For the simple reason that he's small, transforms into a very tiny vehicle, and he is pretty much highly compressed. Now, it may seem a bit strange, but I think this all has to do with his capabilities as stealth. So even though it's low here, I don't think that's too much of a problem. Moving on to Bumblebee's intelligence of 8. Bumblebee, as a spy master, has to be the most adaptable transformer, and that requires a lot of quick thought. I've never seen the character in the cartoons take on board like a role of a scientist and go through skill sets, but his adaptability was quite high, and is probably one of the reasons why he is integrated with humans the quickest. So, stat of 8, I would agree with. Speed. When it comes to speed, we're not talking about reflexes. What we're doing is making comparative look at the Transformer's actual vehicle speed. So when he's Volkswagen mode. So he was actually quite quick, but in his robot form, due to his height, it was very difficult for him to keep up. It would be the equivalent of a small child trying to keep up with adults when with his peers. So a rating of 4 sounds correct. Bumblebee's endurance of 7. This I can't agree with. Even though Bumblebee was highly energy efficient, when it comes to durability, he was nowhere near as tough as the other Autobots. He may have more bravery and more courage or more determination, but his endurance levels and resistance were a lot lower than that. So I would give him a spec score of 5. Rank of 7. Bumblebee has secured himself as one of the most steadfast Transformers from the beginning, always been a source of information and always been reliable. And I think this has given him the ability to take such high respect and authority amongst his peers. Rank of 7 sounds suitable. Courage, 10. Now, in comparison to the other robots, Bumblebee only has his stealth going for him, and he'll put himself in a lot of situations where it's just him and the Decepticons through spying. And I'll talk about his alt mode later. But that would have taken a lot of guts, considering how quickly he could have been deactivated due to his small size. So courage of 10, I'll agree this time. Fire blast of 1. Bumblebee's weapon system was literally a hand pistol. It may devastate conventional vehicles for humankind, but in comparison for robots, this was more like a flashlight. So, as we saw in the cartoons, a value of 1 is definitely fine. Skill, a 7. I think the Bumblebee's skill is related to his ability to observe the opponents to learn their weaknesses. And I think that comes down to his skill set as Spy Master. Combine that in with combat skill and his lengthy stay with the Autobots and fighting alongside the Autobots, I think that skill set of 7 is right. It maybe could be higher. Alt mode. Bumblebee transforms into Volkswagen Beetle, a classic form, nice and rounded, durable, and can travel for long distances. Fits in fantastically with other vehicles, and even at this point of time, that classic vehicle shape is still respected amongst collectors and others. Vehicle form, I'll give a 7. Utility. Bumblebee had quite a strong utility ability in the cartoons. So he could go from underwater, as an underwater craft, jet skis. He was highly energy efficient. He could function on very little energy. He had full spectrum vision, which enabled him to have enhanced eyesight in comparison to the other Transformers, which made him a fantastic spy. And also his stealth capabilities. I think the actual shape of the vehicle he transformed into and all the rounded features he had, although he did look kind of obese, was actually designed to block stealth or to reduce his radar image. As I strongly believe that the Transformers didn't actually see in the conventional form of sight. I think they used a combination of things, which means that the more organic something looks, the more rounded shapes it has, the less likely they were to perceive them. And I think that's how Bumblebee was able to be bright yellow in colour, but still be able to sneak up on the Decepticons on more than one occasion. So because of that, his utility skill and his combined built-in stealth, I'm going to give him a score of 9. Style. When it came to style for Bumblebee, he was always on screen in the cartoon, always acted as the conscience of the Autobots in some cases, and even the translators were the humans. Other than that, he didn't do very much. So due to that, I'll give him a rating of 6. Fun. Now, Bumblebee was a great lot of fun due to his small size of the actual toy. You could physically transform him in a few seconds, put him in your pocket, take him to school, and during the time when the teacher's talking, break him out, put him on the desk, wheel him around a bit, transform him before the teachers even turn back round to look and see what you're doing. Great fun. Great price point as well. When it came to playing with other toys, Bumblebee fit right in. You could have your Matchbox, your Hot Wheels, and you could just play along, and it was well hidden. So, overall, I'll have to give that fun rating of at least 8. Okay, overall, I'm going to give Bumblebee a Spect rating of 7.5. Now, Bumblebee was an interesting outlook as a Transformer. I consider that really he was us as children in an adult world. Always trying to sneak around, have adventures, and we always had to be brave when discovering new things. And I think that Bumblebee perfectly represented that aspect of humankind, especially being a child. So that's why I gave him that rating of 7.5. Now I'd like to hear what you think. If you agree or disagree, if you think that anything needs to be changed, or who you would like to see next. This has been In-Spekd. Like, comment, share and subscribe. And as always, PC out.